Hi guys, it's Katelyn. It is mid-August, August 13th to be exact, and it's been a few weeks since I made a positivity update on my project. It's been a little over 2 months now that I've been doing this. So I thought I'd give you a little fill-in, and I'm a little more dressed up today than normal, so I figured perfect way to make you guys think I always look like this. So anyways, this summer has been packed with so much good, positive stuff between the Beachbody Coach Summit, the Tony Robbins Conference, and then I've been listening to Tony Robbins Ultimate Edge CDs every day. I've been going through the program as prescribed. Some of them I listen to multiple times if I feel like there's so much information to absorb. So I want to really make sure I'm taking it all in. And throughout this, I feel like with the project so far, one of the questions, well, I should say one of the things that you always hear is that happiness shouldn't come from an external source. It should come from within. Somebody else can't make you happy. You have to make yourself happy. And that's definitely a question I get a lot too. And I definitely kind of agree and disagree with that. I think positive and happy energy has to come from inside you. Happiness does come from inside you. But I also don't think it's wrong to rely on external sources to help you with that. It can't be your sole reason for being happy, because then you're just subject to everything that's going on around you and you really have no control over your happiness. But I don't think there's anything wrong with using people or external circumstances as tools to help make yourself happier. So I came up with this idea that, at least in my mind, the easiest way to kind of explain this and even rationalize it for myself to make more sense of it was to think of it more about that internally we have kind of a set amount of happiness. So some people may naturally have more happiness inside than others. And I think we see that all the time just in the way people react to certain situations. One person may be in a car accident and say, oh my gosh, another thing that went wrong, this is terrible. And somebody else can be in the exact same situation and say, thank goodness nobody got hurt, and this could have been so much worse, and react completely differently. And I think that's a reflection of how much happiness we have internally, how, it's portrayed in our reactions. So the way I look at it, should you rely on somebody else to make you happy? Not necessarily, but I think you can. I mean, I listen to Tony Robbins every morning on the way to work, and it makes me super happy. So am I not relying on him in some way to, bring out the more positive, optimistic thought processes and happiness inside me? I think so. But I think I'm using it as a tool. So I think the tools are external factors, people, Tony Robbins CDs, and external circumstances, what's going on in your job, what's going on with your family, things like that, can all shift our internal happiness. So when there's a lot of negative stuff going on around you, people that do rely on their external circumstances for happiness are obviously going to have less internal happiness inside, and that's going to reflect in other areas of their life, how they react to other things. And I think when you have a lot of great things going on, it generally makes you happier. Now, it still has to come from within. We know that there's people out there that can have everything perfect, the perfect job, the perfect family, the perfect house, the perfect life, and still not be happy and fulfilled. But I think if the end goal is to be happy, I would assume that most people would want to be happy rather than not, then I think it's okay to use the happy, positive external circumstances to our benefit to help shift that and try to block out the negative ones. So I think, for the people in our lives, if you want to shift that, surround yourself with positive people. If you want to make yourself happier, surround yourself with positive, happy people. That is one thing that's been a constant in my life, is whenever I'm upset about something, even if it's something big, for months at a time, it helps to be around people that inspire me, people that do have a more positive outlook. And then on the flip side, I think people that drain you and people that do look at things negatively, not that you can't still be there for them, but you do have to limit your exposure, your willingness to emotionally be affected by them. with circumstances. When things are going great at your job, if you have a great house, if things are going well in your relationship, celebrate that. Use that to shift your happiness. It shouldn't be something that you rely on, that has to stay positive and happy for you to be happy, but use that as a way to be grateful, as a way to, increase your internal happiness. Just like you can use people, you can use books and personal development tools like Tony Robbins CDs to shift that internally. So anyways, that's kind of the thought process the concepts I've come up with over the last couple months in hearing this concept talk about how happiness has to come internally from us. But I think, instead of saying, no, it's not good to use external circumstances to affect our happiness, I think it is okay to use external circumstances to affect it, as long as we're keeping it in the perspective of these are tools to help us shift, and not something that have to be a certain way in order for us to be happy. But we can take advantage of the positive ones and the happy ones, and we can try to block out the negative ones. So that's my thought after a few months in my positivity project, and I'll keep you guys updated as we go. Thanks for watching.